Hey, I want to talk to you today why I keep saying that we don't build websites anymore. And in actual fact, what we do is we build web apps. It's basically a whole mindset change. You've got to start thinking a different way these days. Websites are passive, they're like brochures. All of us these days are using apps all day long. In fact, recently I read a quote that they're up to 4 hours a day we're all using our apps. We almost don't even know it, whether it's Trainline, Uber, Google, EasyJet, our banks, we're in and out of apps all day long. So if you've got the budget, then you want to build a website and a web app, but you also want to build a native app. But many of us don't have the budgets, and the place to start is to get your web app right. So the way we do it is we start a project by thinking along these lines. We want to actually get all of us in the room, both the Starberry team and you, our clients, to start thinking, if this was a web app, how could we actually make it useful? How could it actually engage with the users? How could it help the stakeholders and their teams be more productive? So we really if you start on that basis, you actually find yourself completely changing your thought process. It's because web apps are all about interactions and timely interactions. So these days, with JavaScript and so on and so forth, you can scroll down a page and have much more intelligent animation going on. Typically, we've seen WordPress over the years creating a few slidey things here and there, but they're not actually very intelligent. So from a UX perspective, we're now using what I'm calling a sort of dynamic triggered interactions, so that the relevant primary call to action for that particular part of the page just triggers in and draws to your attention without being some annoying Yahoo of the 1990s with flashing lights and banners distracting. It's all about a single primary call to action at each point in the page, and there may be 3 or 4 as you scroll down. The other thing is that the other app treatments are making you do as little work as possible. So the benefits of iOS and Android is that you can just jump in, you've got to fill in a form, they might just ask for your name, and it's all saved. What we try to do is, where possible, utilize any saved data. If you've already been to a My Account or something like that, then we're going to capture that data. The other thing that we do is we've decided that one of the most important things for our clients is capturing data. And forms are probably one of the things that people hate the most. You come to a form in the olden days, a printed form, and you've got to fill in this long old thing. It's an absolute nightmare. So what we've decided to do is really embrace the conversational form. So, if someone walks into your shop or your office or whatever, you stand up, you go, "Hi, I'm Ben, who are you?" And so on and so forth. So we've created, through conversational forms, this beautiful experience. It has lots of benefits. One, it's far more personable. But 2, it also captures little pieces of data as you go along. Each piece gets more and more useful. The reason that we use these conversational forms is so that we can get a lot more information in small chunks. And each piece of information that comes through starts adding more and more kind of benefit to us from a marketing perspective, but it also builds confidence in the customer or the user. And it's like, oh, I gave them that information. I just said, my name's Ben. And they're going, "Hi, Ben, we just need some way of contacting you." And it's all about the natural, engaging ways of working. The other thing is that these forms don't need to be as dumb as all that. So recently, I decided that I needed to start practicing what I preach. If I'm really going to be able to tell you guys why we should start treating things with an app mentality, I've got to start doing that myself. So as a salesperson, one of the things I want to do is get meetings in the diary as quickly as possible with the least barriers to entry. So there's a beautiful third-party software that we use called Calendly. a simple integration with Google Mail, and it integrates with many other things as well. So suddenly in my form, at a certain point when I've captured a certain amount of data, I just literally throw them into this beautiful experience of picking a date and a time slot that suits the client. Immediately saves me and our business a whole bunch of time, because we don't have all the toing and froing, my diary's busy, all the rest of it. And then in addition to that, we don't stop there. Because we're really keen to get on and start actually winning business and start selling our business as soon as possible, and this will go for you too, we want to get you an environment where we can literally start talking about what we do in the best place, and that is in your computer, in your tablet, or on your phone. So as part of the invitation, rather than spending 3 more weeks until I meet you and catch a train and £200 later, it's let's jump into a Zoom call. So we use video conferencing, and all the video conferencing is triggered. It's a beautiful experience. So it's all app integration. It's all using, as I mentioned on one of my other pieces, about this two-way sync and, you know, really doing some intelligent work. So this is just a little top level of what I mean when I say we don't build websites anymore. And you really have got to stop thinking that. And when you get your whole team thinking around a web app approach, and I can assure you I've got 85 people and growing in the Starberry team who are 100% understanding this. If you want to hear more about this, please contact us. We're ready to tell you, we're ready to take you guys to the next level. We're taking ourselves to the next level. And as I always like to finish, at Starberry, we create awesomeness and we deliver results.